Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. It's time to rock and roll. This is the NVIDIA earnings. We will bring you the numbers in exactly half an hour from now. Half an hour to go, I will bring you the numbers live. Then we will have the earnings call. Then we will have the interview with Jen Hsun Huang live after the call. It's a big night. Are you all excited? Are you ready to rock and roll? Have you placed your orders? Do you know exactly what you're going to do? Do not trade on emotion. You've made your decisions. Now stick to them. You understand what it is you want to do, and you are going to do it. You are in charge of you. The stock market is not in charge of you. All right, you know what is right. You know your balance, your portfolio, your understanding, and now you understand what you're doing. Are you ready? Okay, everyone is set. This is what is about to happen. On the extra channel, in half an hour, we will start the Virgin Galactic earnings. It hasn't yet started. It's going to start very shortly. In fact, I could actually start it. I could actually start it now. I could do that. Should I do that? Should I do that? I probably should do that. And then after that, this is where we're live right now. This is what we're doing right now. And then we have Jetson afterwards for a live interview as well. Do you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to start the Virgin Galactic call as well right now. So let me do that. Let me do that right now. I'm going to start that right now. So upcoming, go live. It is early. Yes, I just don't care. I just don't care. Okay, we're set. We're now doing the Virgin Galactic earnings on the extra channel. That's now happening live on the extra channel. So if you just tuned in on the extra channel, you are waiting for Virgin Galactic's earnings. You've got plenty of time. The call hasn't yet started here on the main channel. We are doing NVIDIA. So welcome everybody on the extra channel. For those of you who are wondering, if you want to see what it looks like behind the scenes as we wait for NVIDIA, this is SPCE on extra. If you want to just jump in and see what it looks like, there you go. That is Virgin Galactic on the extra channel if you want to tune in. This is what it looks like. The call hasn't yet started. I'll just give you a little glimpse. This is behind the scenes. You can see behind the scenes here. And if I just check the audio, it should be coming through. As we wait for NVIDIA, this is SPCE on extra. If you want to just jump in and see what it, there you go. That's what it looks like. And that's what it sounds like on the extra channel. We're covering two earnings calls tonight at the same time. It's a big night tonight. We've got lots of stuff to cover. Lots of stuff. All right. NVIDIA is up. The S&P is up. This is my position here, my overall position. It's going back up again. We are green. The studio is green. We've got some time to go. I'm going to bring you some news right now. Let's get everyone to tap the like button. We need 100 likes, please. There are 320 people watching. We need to get this suggested on YouTube so everyone knows what's going on. If we get 100 likes, YouTube share it out. Please, everyone, tap the like button. Let's go. Tap the like button straight out of the gate. And if you just tuned in for the very first time, consider subscribing. We've got the live earnings for NVIDIA, and it's going to be a big night. So you ready? Let's get ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Let's get 100 likes in 1 minute. We can do it straight out of the gate in 1 minute because we've got 325 people watching. There you go. Are you ready? Go. Over on the extra channel, tap the like button. Virgin Galactic earnings is just about 45 minutes before we get the numbers here on the main channel. Let me bring it on the screen for you. We're going to go straight to 100. Are you ready? In seconds. Let me see if we can do that. Let me see if we can do that in seconds. We are 341 and we are at 35. Let me refresh it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All we need is 100, and YouTube will suggest it out. Yes, 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 yes. We are straight in at 309. Thank you so much indeed. Excellent. Thank you ever so much for that. Really appreciate it. Good work. All right, that gets it out onto YouTube so everyone is aware of what's going on tonight. Let me clear Mr. Mini-Me. All right, thank you much indeed. Now then, we just got to wait for the information. We've got live CNBC.
It was gone.
There we go. We're bringing in the live TV for you. We got Bloomberg. We got the wires. We got everything so we can react very quickly. Our orders are in place. I've got 10 shares of the S&P. Should we get a surprise to the downside? Doesn't matter. I don't care. I understand what the business is doing. I'm right there. I've already read all the balance sheets. I am good. I am golden. I am good to go. Right. So I think what we'll do, we've got a few minutes. So what I want to do is I want the world to know what's happening live right now. So I'm going to go to my social media, and here is our earnings. And I'm going to repost. If you want to see what I'm doing, so you know what I'm doing, quote repost. There you go. This is happening now, live now. Oops, a daisy. Huge night. There you go. Let me post that. Now, if you, we cover all mediums from all political angles, because we believe that you need to be absolutely everywhere. So a lot of people don't like Blue Sky because it's Democratic, Democrats favor it, and people don't like X because it's Republican. However, we are in both places. So if you want to share and post this link here, this is Blue Sky. We've just put out the information about NVIDIA. If I refresh the screen, there it is. A huge night. You might want to go and take part in that. Let me just tap the likes. Thank you ever so much, everyone that's sharing and liking to get the word out about NVIDIA tonight. The numbers are about 15 minutes away, so we've still got to wait. All right, now then, we're going to do the same thing on X. Here's my X account. The link's in the chat if you want to go on to X. I'm going to go down here and find the NVIDIA earnings. There it is. So I'm going to quote, and I'm going to do this, and I will reply to all of my members if you comment to my posts. Live, whoops, a daisy, live now, huge night ahead. There you go. Make it slightly different than the other one. And I shall post that. If you want to engage with me on X, there is the link. The S&P has just turned red slightly as NVIDIA just trends down a little bit. I've got some comments. You may have just commented. If you have, I will comment to you now. Let's have a look. I comment to all my members. Harry and Eugene, thanks for liking the post. Larry Me, thanks for liking. Right on, I love that. I say that a lot. There you go. Thank you, Laramie. I comment and reply to everyone, all my members. Thank you, Mike, for reposting everything. All right, I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. I also have a poll running on X as well. If you want to take part, are you bullish on X? Sorry, I'm bullish on NVIDIA. You might like to do that. All right, so we've got the bell is about to go. We shall ring the bell in a couple of moments. We shall see Wall Street ring it
on the Dow. But overall, analysts are positive with an average price target of $400 a share. You'll see the stock is trading at 306.
All right, Seaman, thanks. A big the results. All right, Mike, just tell us, Riff, what's on your mind?
I mean, market is obviously not in, the mood to make any sudden bold moves ahead of not just NVIDIA, but also just to see if this little reversal off the low yesterday was really going to hold. A pretty interesting bounce attempt this morning. It seemed really mechanical. Everything that provided defense in the prior few days during the decline was off, and you had some stuff getting hot, to support the S&P. The thing was, Bitcoin never allowed the overall market to...
Yeah, we'll come back to that in a minute. Bitcoin is a disaster today. There's so much fear now in crypto. I'm sure it will bounce back. People will forget. They won't care about all the hacks and everything else. I certainly won't forget, but people won't. Right, we've got 1 minute to go before the bell. We're about to ring the bell together. Let me bring all the comments on. Heads up. Wall Street wants $38 billion in earnings. Let's see what happens. That is correct. Expect the worst, hope for the best. No, I always expect the best. In fact, that's not true. You're right there. I don't expect the worst, but I don't expect anything. I don't feel entitled to anything. I don't expect anything. I'm always focusing on what we've achieved, not what we might achieve. Yeah, good luck all, indeed. Hey, 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 hi family. Poor man, rich man, good to see you. Listing win, good luck. 20 seconds to the bell goes. Hoping for a downturn, good luck. I've already bought the downturn. I don't care if it goes down or not. Space fell off a cliff, dump before a pump. Virgin Galactic, the bell's about to go any second now. Let's bring in NVIDIA. The numbers will be in 10 minutes time. No, 20 minutes time. Here we go, 3, 2, 1.
I mean, usually, a stock like this big impacts just sort of...
The bell has gone. We're going to see how NVIDIA reacts. Here we go.
Just as big.
Right, and it looks like a little bit less.
My main portfolio is turning green.
Right?
We are up.
Spending are not the same in terms of their position, in terms of
NVIDIA. There's the bell. It's a couple of seconds behind, of course.
Thank you.
But there it is.
Just a matter of seconds, really, until NVIDIA.
Keep our eye on NVIDIA. Virgin Galactic went down big and straight back up again. We're covering that on the extra channel.
About the New York Stock Exchange, and first Golis doing the honors at the NASDAQ.
Okay, we don't need that for a moment. So on the extra channel, we are covering Virgin Galactic's earnings. Okay, on the extra channel. On the main channel, we are covering NVIDIA. So if you're over there on the extra channel, we are covering Virgin Galactic earnings. I'm in extra tonight. Yes, Zach, you are in the extra channel tonight watching Virgin Galactic. It's 59 minutes before the call starts for Virgin Galactic. Stay where you are. Here on the main channel, we are covering NVIDIA. So we're doing 2 earnings at the same time. Okay, Pascal says, God bless. Love it. Best channel by far. Thanks, Martin. Woody Unfiltered. Thank you so much indeed. What's up? Here we go. Saab is here. I can tell you on the extra channel, Virgin Galactic had a massive drop and then straight back up again. Look at that. It went straight down and back up again. We're at all-time lows right now. The earnings call is just 50 minutes away. We've got 18 minutes before we get the announcement for NVIDIA. So stand by. It's just doing its thing. I've got my orders placed to buy 10 shares of the S&P if it drops to 540. And that is, of course, the price of VU. And we are good. I'm watching 3 earnings tonight. NVIDIA, Space, and Joby. Vaz, good luck. Vaz is covering Archer earnings tomorrow night on the extra channel. His very first live stream on the network. He's on the extra channel tomorrow night doing Archer Aviation. Here on the main channel, I'll be doing Soundhound. A lot of interest for that from, of course, our NVIDIA investors. All right. Okay, here we go. We've got 16 minutes to go now. Stand by. Stand by. We've got all the information coming in.
Versus the street expectation of $2.61. Revenue was a slight miss at $9.9 billion. Estimate was for $10.03 billion. So that's perhaps what is contributing to shares of Salesforce moving lower in overtime by 9%. Let's get you some more details on Agentforce. It's AI agents, where the company revealing that 5,000 deals, including more than 3,000 paid, have come to fruition. Data cloud surpassing 15 trillion records, which did double year over year, I might add. So we'll get you more details as we comb through these numbers here, and also commentary from CEO Mark Benioff, which I can just bring you right now. We had an incredible quarter and year.
Can everyone tap the like button? We've got 726 watching. Let's get 500 likes, please.
and more than
this will share it out to YouTube. More people will know about NVIDIA. Please tap the like button. It's your money.
Customers through the digital labor revolution with our deeply unified platform. So once again, touting the company's AI products and the leadership that they are playing, stock is now down 6%. Back to you.
All right, Seema Modi, thank you. Don't miss Jim Cramer's exclusive interview with Salesforce CEO Martyn.
Okay, we've got 15 minutes to go now before we get the earnings numbers from NVIDIA. NVIDIA is just moments away. We're keeping our eye on absolutely everything. I'm looking at all the stocks. Palantir is up 0.4788. Don't touch it. It's a complete waste of time right now. I'm keeping my eye on multiple things. So stand by for all of that.
You're growing like 9% organic.
Salesforce, we don't need to watch that right now. We're keeping our eye. We're just bouncing around the zero. We're bouncing around the flat for the day, waiting for the response. So come on, guys. We've got 784 watching. Let's tap the like button. Let's get a record. Get 1,000 likes tonight would be absolutely fantastic. NVIDIA earnings just moments away. We've got 15 minutes. 42 billion buy-side revenue estimate. NVIDIA Q4 earnings, 42 billion buy-side revenue estimate. We're waiting for the numbers. We're standing by. Deep-seat competitors, concerns, looming US exports, controls, declining gaming GPU prices, and shrinking margins. What's going to happen? All right, okay. Prediction, says Noah. We're not making predictions right now. We've already done that. I am buying. Let's see the market drop. I am buying 10 shares of the S&P at 540. That's the share price of VU. If you're over on the extra channel, we are covering Virgin Galactic earnings. Virgin Galactic earnings starts in 55 minutes. You are listening into the NVIDIA call on the main channel. The link for the main channel is in the chat. There's also a poll for you running right now as well. So far, we have a beat of 83% on the poll in the main channel. On the extra channel, so far, we have, what do we have here? We have, is it a buy, hold, or sell? We don't have a poll running. I think we've already ended it. I didn't realize I'd ended the poll. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, right, we're now just down to a few minutes to go. In fact, it's 13 minutes. Now, 13 minutes. We're on standby. We've got live link-ups everywhere. We're listing all in. We're going to bring you the news as it comes. Brian Bynum is over on the extra channel watching Virgin Galactic. Stand by for that. We've got a bit of time to go. We'll get the news on NVIDIA in just a few moments' time. Stand by for Virgin Galactic's numbers as well. All right. Virgin Galactic's price is bouncing all over the place at the moment. I can see that. Up and down like a flipping yo-yo. Let me see if I've got some extra data coming through from anywhere for you. Let me have a quick look. Nothing. I don't see anything there. Let me go over to my extra wires. I've got the terminal open, ready to look here. The S&P is going up, and so is NVIDIA. I've got 10 shares to buy order on earnings preview. That's just out. No, that's yesterday. That's no good yet, so I'll keep my eye on that. Okie dokie. Right. We're watching everything. I'm watching multiple screens at the same time. The S&P is going down, selling quickly. If it goes down to 540, it's bouncing around quickly now. That's why you want your buy orders in, folks. This is why you want buy orders. I've just seen the S&P go up and down like a percent each way. Make sure you've got your buy orders for the S&P or the NVIDIA, if that's what you're doing, or Virgin Galactic, that for that matter. It's very, very important. Someone just said there's no sound. There is sound. You've got your system muted. I can't help you if I can't come around your house and turn your speakers up. There is no issue with sound. We've got, I think, nearly 1,000 people watching, 864, and no one has mentioned no sound. Everything is absolutely spot on all channels. We're running 2 at the same time. Okay, NVIDIA is going up. We've now got exactly 11 minutes to go. The S&P is going up. I've got my buy orders. Let me start to answer questions. Now, we do have a very, very busy night. We've got 1,700 members, higher than any other channel percentage-wise. 98% of our live viewers are members that watch a normal show. This is not a normal show, though. So there is the X. There is Instagram. There's my Alpha Spread Seeking Alpha. If you want to become a member, there's the link. And once you get a 1 month badge, once it turns blue with a little 1 and an M, little blue badge, we give you free training on our Discord server. If you're watching on the Extra channel, you can also be a member over there. We've got 50 minutes before Virgin Galactic earnings begin. Tap a like button, guys, and share it out. There's only 17 likes on Virgin Galactic tonight. Let me refresh that. Oh, 28. It's gone up a lot. See if we can get 100 likes on the Extra channel. Tomorrow night, Vaz is covering it for you. We are just a handful away from going to 1,000 watching live. Are you ready? So now I want to make sure we've only got 9 minutes before we get the numbers, and I want to answer and bring on everybody's questions. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to members only, so I can answer every member's question. So if you have a question or a comment that you want shared on the screen, please repeat it right now, and it will come on the screen, and I will share it. The sound is crisp. Yes, it is. Thank you so much indeed. Thank you. SMCI, gonna go crazy off this. I do believe you are right. I do believe you are right. If it is a beat tonight, which we do expect it to be so. All right, okay. So let me bring all the comments. SMCI, gonna go correct. Caden Youngquist, how are you, Caden? Lovely to have you here. You've got a 6-month badge. Congratulations. Welcome back. Jenny B, loving it. Jenny B, one of our moderators. Thank you, Jenny B. Ed, Leston Win. If you want to comment on the screen, become a member and I'll read out everyone's comments. The phone line is open. 9 minutes to go. We are nearly there. If you want to call in and be live on the call with me, here is the live phone in. Here it is. Let me just write this down. Password. There it is, and live phone. Whoops, daisy. Phone in. You can be live on the show tonight. You can call in and be live on the show. Here is the link. Have your say. It's the first 10 people. NVIDIA's going up. The S&P's going up quickly. Here is the link in the chat. There you go. There is the link in the chat. Live phone in. The phone line is open. martinlucas.com/live. martinlucas.com/live. And the password is LucasA's100, uppercase L, uppercase A, 100. You have to be a member to call in. You have to be on camera. You don't require any software. You can just call in now and have your say. We are just a few minutes away now. We've got the live link ups.
See any of that.
We are waiting for NVIDIA's results. We are on standby. Loving it. Greetings. Any updates on Mobix? Not tonight, I'm afraid. Loving it. Hit the like button. Get to the chopper. 1,000 people tuned in live. Let's get 1,000 likes, guys. Let's absolutely blow up tonight on YouTube. Let's get the word. NVIDIA is going out. Over on the Extra channel, we are running Virgin Galactic. Everyone tap the like button over there. We're up to 28 likes, 32 likes. It's a much, much smaller show. Can you see now why I put Virgin Galactic on the Extra channel tonight? I had to do that because NVIDIA is getting the bigger audience at the moment. Vaz says, what a night tonight. I'm loving it. Leston win. Smash it. Good luck, everyone. Seconds to go. I've got my buy order ready to go. I'm ready to buy 10 shares of the S&P. If it drops to 540, that's the price of VU on the S&P 500. I'm up. I'm green. So we're getting ready. Just a few more moments to go. This is very exciting. The earnings call for NVIDIA and Virgin Galactic will start in 45 minutes. On the Extra channel, stand by. I will cover your earnings for you. Once we start the earnings call, on Virgin Galactic on the extra channel, I will mute myself here on the main channel, and you will hear Michael Cole-Glazier and the team. You won't hear me chirping along in the background. Of course, that would be pretty wild, right? You don't want that. Thanks for covering the earnings tonight. Cameron Griffin, you are welcome. It was requested by one of our members. It's trying, looking for a panic click buy opportunity if rug pulls. Why is NVIDIA going up? It's expected on good earnings. Yes, it is. Martin, can we get a 2020 0 tonight? Can we get a 22-0 tonight? Danny, I've no idea what that means. Can we get a 22-0 tonight? Oh, I see. Yes, I've traded 21 times, 21 wins. I won't be trading the S&P though. I'll be simply buying it. Temika has called in. Temika, welcome. Lovely to have Temika call in. Oh, I've just lost you. You lost your signal. Try again. You've got just 5 minutes to go. Temika, please call back. Temika is one of our members. She wanted to ask me a question. Guest number 1. Let me see if she's now made it on. Temika, welcome. You're live on the show.
Hi.
How are you? Turn off your YouTube and listen to me just through this. Just mute yourself on YouTube and listen just through the call. Temika, where are you calling in from?
Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham, Alabama. It's lovely to have you on the show. I'm so proud when ladies call in. We have 13.8%, one of the highest ratios of channels for ladies. So thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you. Let me just turn off the alerts.
I love you. Your show is amazing. So I've been learning a whole lot just by watching.
Thank you. Tamika, we've only got 4 minutes before the call, so before the announcement comes, so I might just have to mute you if the numbers come in. How can I help you? You've got 2 minutes with me right now.
Okay, I've bought NVIDIA, I've bought SMCI, and I have Dogecoin, and I have XRP. So how do you double the money, or did you just hold it and let it sit there? I'm so confused on it. Like, do I have to go through options to do that? I don't know. I'm confused.
Okay. Well, this is obviously a big conversation because you're obviously new to trading, new to investing. We're not going to be able to cover all that right now. So what I would like to do is you can stay on the phone with me. We've got lots of people that are going to tune in a moment because we've got plenty of time before the call. The actual call is in 45 minutes. Once they give us the figures, it will go crazy for a few minutes. Then I'll come back to you and we'll have a conversation, and we'll invite others to call in. So you'll have my undivided attention for about half an hour. Is that okay?
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
Perfect. If you want to stay on the line, that's fine. I will mute you now, put YouTube back on again, listen in, and then once we get the numbers, we'll come back to you, bring other people in, and we'll have a conversation, and I'll do my best to help you. Lovely to have you here. Alabama. I love it. Great stuff. There you go. Tamika, we'll help her in a moment. We just need to go back to this just for a moment. Okay, so let me just mute our guest just for a moment, and we'll come back to Tamika in a moment. So we got 2 minutes to go. Isn't that wonderful? Got an investor calling in from Alabama. I'm absolutely love it. Great. We want to help people as much as we possibly can. Right. We have got exactly 2 minutes to go. I'm from Munford, says Jonathan. Hi there, everyone. Lots of older folks don't know. It's true. It had to double bottom. Look at all the Alabamians. We got Vanessa. Vanessa, you want to call in a minute as well and be live on the show. I'm loving it. LOL, Goat, said Leston Win. Thank you. Right, here we go.
Why would a pop star
Seconds to go. Are you excited? You should be excited. I'm excited. We're waiting for the numbers. We're going to be live. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Everyone tap the like button. 1,200 people watching. The #1 stream tonight for NVIDIA. Tap the like button. Everyone gets a voice. The best service. Make sure that you've clicked the cogs and you're watching on a big screen on a big screen in 4K. You can set to 4K and get the best quality video and audio. You can be on the show. You can call in. You can take part. Ask any questions. Are you ready to rumble? Okay. 1 minute to go. Stand by. We're on commercial break. We're watching all the streams. We're watching absolutely everywhere. NVIDIA stock. Will NVIDIA stock break out? What's it going to do? Any second now, we shall know. I've got more people. Renee just calling in as well. Renee, I'll bring you onto the show after the numbers are out. We can bring 10 people onto the show at once. Renee, you can be on our show as well. Another lady. We've got 13.8% ladies now, the highest of any crypto channel. We're not actually a crypto channel, but we do a lot of XRP. I'm very proud of that. It's absolutely wonderful to have so many ladies wanting to watch the show. Right, here we go. We're standing by. Stand by. NVIDIA, what's he going to do? On the extra channel, we're covering Virgin Galactic. Are you ready? It's a big, big night. We're waiting. We're on standby. I keep going in and out of the commercial break. The numbers. The numbers. Are you ready? I'm ready. It's huge. Let's keep away from the copyrighted audio. Come on then. Come on, we don't need Jim Cramer. He talks a lot of nonsense.
That I've ever found because
I'm just coming in and out of the numbers. NVIDIA.
Join the club today. Go to CNBC.com.
Any second now. About maybe 30 seconds.
Welcome back to Overtime.
Here we go.
Moments away from NVIDIA earnings. Let's bring back
Here we
our
go.
panel. Paul Hickey of Bespoke Investment Group, High Tower Chief Investment Strategist.
Seconds to go.
CNBC
Watch the stock. Watch the S&P.
More insights and strategy.
I'm ready to buy 10 shares at 540.
Mike, NVIDIA, such a unique story.
Tap the like button, folks. It's going down. It's not out yet. The S&P is going down. It's at 545. I'm ready to buy at 540.
$3 trillion.
It's going to bounce around just before it breaks.
Questions about what could stop the strength of something moving that fast that's that big?
Be careful.
Well,
don't buy. Don't sell. Wait.
So for 9 of the last 12 months, the stock hasn't made a whole lot of net progress. We have, I think, a lot of
tap the like button, share this out. It's about to go crazy one way or another.
Not just that it's growing so
the S&P is going down. It's selling off.
Industry, but what do you
NVIDIA's going up.
How is it going to last?
I just want to mention
50% growth on a $100 billion revenue company. It's rare if it's been precedent at all.
The results have crossed, and we are taking a look at them. We'll get them to you as quickly as we can. It dipped quickly into the red, and now it's a little bit in the green. It's going to be a while, so got to hang in there for more. Can't react too much off of just the tape. Paul,
no, we want to get it right.
What are you most curious about in this report? Of course, margin. Hold on, we're ready with the numbers. Christina Parts has them. Christina.
I'll just start with the top and bottom line. We're seeing 89 cents adjusted for earnings per share. That is 5 cents higher than what the street anticipated, up 82% from a year ago. So it is decelerating, but still higher. On revenues of $39.3 billion, that is anticipated. And I'm also seeing data center revenue coming in at $35.6 billion. The street was anticipating 33, so also a slight beat. We'll get back to you with the guidance.
All right.
Okay, a beat.
Thank you. Still
now we're waiting for the drop to buy the S&P. I'm happy.
Reaction to this with a beat on the top and bottom lines, and it looks like data center revenue a beat as well, and the stock spiking about 3.5% right now.
Well, revenue beat, that was good. I think there was expectation that revenue was going to be
okay. Down it goes.
Positive, but data center, I think.
I'm waiting for my S&P.
You have the street that was looking for 34.1 billion. That would be up 11% sequentially, and then the number was better than expected at 35.6. So
I'm happy.
Sequentially, that should be good enough. But I think at the end of the day, we just have to hear the conference call. I think this is the most anticipated conference call
I agree.
Of the season, of the earnings season, because we want to hear more details about DeepSeek.
We've got Jen Hsun Huang live on the show at the end of the call as well.
And then, of course,
we're covering that.
I want to hear what they have to say about the data center build out.
Virgin
Microsoft
Galactic
to
on the
Meta
extra
to
channel
all
standby.
The big names where all the CapEx is going.
Virgin Galactic has beaten
I
on
think we have to wait
earnings.
for the call, unfortunately, but the numbers look good to me.
Yeah, and even beyond the call,
Virgin Galactic has beaten on earnings. Good night for Virgin Galactic. A good beat.
For even more detail.
Okay, the S&P's going up. I didn't get a buy.
No big surprises. Beats pretty much across the.
Okay, I don't need any more information from them. I'm very, very happy with everything tonight. So now we can start to understand what we're going to do. It's a good night. Earnings are posted. Yes, it's a beat. It's a good beat. It's all about guidance. It's all about what Jensen says. I'm loving the show tonight. Vaz, I'm loving it. We need Jensen to pump it up. Yes, we do. Jensen will be live on the show. We have a live interview with Jen Hsun Huang at the end of tonight's earnings call. It's going to bring you a live interview with Jensen Huang. I'm very excited about that. The S&P is going up. I didn't get a chance to buy a dip. Doesn't matter. I've already bought the dip the last few days. It was really not necessary. But look at NVIDIA go now. It's looking good. It's all to do with Jensen and the call itself. So this has been a great night. That's exactly what we wanted. Let's make sure. Are we in members only mode now? Let me make sure. Yes, we are. I'm going to open it up to everyone so everyone can have a voice right now on the show just for a few moments. There we go. So what we're going to do now is open up the phone line. The phone line is open. Let me give you the link. It's martynlucas.com/live. Password is LucasAids100, uppercase L, uppercase A, 100. There is the call. We're going to wait now. We've got half an hour before the call starts. This is a great night. I'm not going to get any more of the S&P. These are the spots. We have 10 spots available. When they are gone, they are gone. It's the first 10 people to call in. You can be on these spots. So Tamika, you called in a few moments ago from Alabama. You need to call back if you want to be live on the show. Renate, you're in the green room. You need to turn your camera on and call back. You are still online, but you need to just acknowledge that you are here and cut and turn your camera on. The first 10 spots, martynlucas.com/live. The password is LucasAids, uppercase L, uppercase A, 100. We're going to have an NVIDIA debate and also help people on the call as well. So our first call in is Renate. There she is. I'm loving the fact we get so many ladies on our show. This is absolutely wonderful. Renate is there. We've got 9 more spots available. Good evening, Renate. How are you?
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in. Just stand by. We're going to help and support you any way we can. I love the fact we have so many ladies. It's really, really important. Welcome to the show. We're going to keep an eye on, stay right where you are. I'm going to bring you into the conversation now. And we're watching NVIDIA go up. We're watching the S&P go up. I didn't need to get any more shares. That's absolutely great. So we're happy with that. So let me go back to our live call tonight. You can call in martynlucas.com/live, password LucasAids100, uppercase L, uppercase A. Very exciting. Renate, where are you calling in from?
I'm from Germany.
Germany. Ich kann nicht sprechen Sie Deutsch sehr gut. Mein Name is Martyn Lucas from England. Willkommen to the show. Lovely to have you here. Wonderful to have you here. What part of Germany are you from?
I'm near Frankfurt.
Near Frankfurt. I've been to Bremen, Bonn, Berlin, all over the Black Forest as well, west of Germany. It's lovely to have you here. How can I help you? What would you like to ask today?
Actually, at this moment, I don't have any questions yet, other than I'm actually here in the call for the first time. So I found you by chance. So
wonderful.
Yeah. So I'm just
being part of the event. Lovely.
Sorry.
Being part of the event tonight. I love it.
Yes. The first time that I'm taking part in the NVIDIA earnings call, and I think it's going to be an exciting session tonight.
It certainly will. Lovely to have you here from Germany. Please stay on the line. There are 9 spots left. I'm sure we'll fill them all up in a moment, and we can all have a debate and discuss things, ask each questions. We're here to help people, and it's wonderful to have you here. It really, really is, Renate. Thank you so much for calling in. Stay on the line. and I'll be right back with you. I'll be in and out all the time. Isn't that wonderful? From Germany. Okay, great stuff. If you want to call in, you can also be live on the call tonight. Have your say, ask questions. All right, now then, we are 30 minutes away from the call. This is the event. I'm just going to bring it up now. This is the event from NVIDIA. This is what we're going to share. They don't share the information until 15 minutes before the call, so we're waiting for that. If you're over on the extra channel, let me bring up for you the Virgin Galactic. There it is, the same thing for you. There is no information yet until 15 minutes before the call, so we're standing by on Virgin Galactic on the extra channel because we're running 2 earnings at the same time, believe it or not, tonight. Pretty crazy, I know. Let me bring up the tickers at the same time as well. NVIDIA, it was a good beat tonight. We're very happy. We're now going back to a more grown-up, responsible stock. We're now focusing more on fundamentals, and that's what we want. We don't want massive overbuying and overselling and all the rest of it. We want to move to a more grown-up stock, if you like. On the extra channel, stand by for Virgin Galactic. That's coming up in half an hour as well. Now, if you'd like to call in, it's martynlucas.com/live. You can be live on the show. Renata is in. Tamika, you need to call back. And any one of our members, we'd love you to be in on the call tonight, during the call, because then you can react to it. So as we're listening to Jen Hsun Huang and the team, you can then thumbs up, down like, you can react with expressions and comments, which would be wonderful to have you all doing that during the show. And then you can also discuss. See, Renata's there. She's got her spot, and you can all take a spot up tonight. There are 9 spots available, and we'd love you to call in. So who's going to take up the other spots? That would be absolutely fan-flipping-tastic. All right, now then, we're just on standby at the moment, waiting for the call to begin. This is what we wanted, so I am very happy with the call tonight and the response, what we've got. So I am happy. As an investor, I am very happy with tonight's numbers, and for me, it's all systems go. The economy is strong. The numbers are good. We've got the tariff concerns, which is just throwing a spanner in the works. But all of that will go away in time. And the war, of course, will end in Ukraine in the next few weeks, hopefully. Let me show you how this looks, by the way, the beat. Let me share with you the actual progress of NVIDIA. Consistently beating. It's a good growth. This is good, slowing down overall, but still doing well. 84 cents was estimated, and we got an 89. This is really great. It's never enough, though, for NVIDIA, but let me make a prediction of what's going to happen. It will rally during the call or tomorrow. People are waiting and playing the long game on this one, I think. Probably rally tomorrow. It's a good, solid business. It's done well again. It's made more money. And we've already had a trim off. It should be at 150 by now. So the fact it's at 131, its forward PE is still good. In fact, it just tonight got better. Let me share with you what I mean. NVDA. Stand by if you're watching on the extra channel. The Virgin Galactic earnings is just 27 minutes to go. So let me show you NVIDIA. NVIDIA's forward PE right now. This is not bad at all. I think you'll agree. If I show you the forward PE for NVIDIA, it's now 42 times earnings. Now, for a high growth stock, we can live with that. 42's fine. Look what happened to Palantir. Flipping heck. It was 800 times earnings at one point. We've had Tesla, similar numbers. 42 times earnings, solid business. This is a good level. We've got a strong buy from Wall Street. We've got a hold from unemotional AI software quant. Valuation is saying F. That will change after tonight's earnings. Growth is A+. Profitability is A+. Momentum is B. Revisions up from B to B+. This is a good time to get NVIDIA for the long game. I've always said NVIDIA is an owning stock. You should own it, not trade it. Remember, if you buy it on your brokerage account, you're paying tax every time you trade, 20%, most people, and then you're trying to find the new entry point. I just buy the S&P, and I'm continually buying the S&P, and I've got an order tonight to buy another 10 at which will give me over $300,000 in the S&P, a third of $1,000,000. Remember, I only started with $5,000 just a few years ago, so I'm very happy with my positions. Right, let's look at the S&P. I'm up. It's green. NVIDIA is just bouncing around, waiting for the call to begin. Now, we've got 26 minutes to go. When we get down to 15 minutes, the call will go live. I'll have the display to show you whether we get charts or whether it's just Jensen and his team talking, but we shall find out very shortly. Over on the extra channel, we are running Virgin Galactic. Welcome to all of you. Please do tap the like button. Once the calls begin, I will mute myself and you will listen to what's going on with Michael Cole-Glazier, the CEO of Virgin Galactic. All right, now then, just to give everyone the links, there's the X account if you want to follow me on X. And I will engage with all of you that ask me questions. Instagram, there's Instagram. There's our music channel. For those who don't know, I'm the World Piano Man every Friday at 4 p.m. Central. I do a live concert. There is the link for the music channel. I've just dropped it into the chat. I've just realized, is that not showing? It's showing on the extra channel, but not showing on the... not showing on the main channel. I don't know why that is. Live phone-in. I don't know why that is. Oh, well, never mind. Doesn't matter. It is what it is. Anyway. I'm just got to relax now. Got a few minutes to go. Space is pumping. Let's have a look. Virgin Galactic on the extra channel. I wouldn't say it's pumping. It's up 4.54% in the after hours. That's nice. However, let's remember the stock is at an all-time low. So really, the stock is down like 99%. So let's not get carried away. People get excited when it goes up 4%. It's down 99%. Let's just remind ourselves of that. We have got a beat tonight, though, on Virgin Galactic. This is good. Not quite as strong. In fact, it is stronger than last time. This is good. Consistently beating and improving each time. What we need to learn from Virgin Galactic tonight is Delta is online, and we're opening up ticket sales, and everything is good. All right. Now then, for some reason... we haven't got anyone else that wants to call in tonight. Everybody wants to be quiet in the background. So you know what? I'm just going to have a little private conversation with Renata right now. It's just me and you tonight, Renata. You're the only one who called in tonight. I would expect more to call in as we get to the call, but sometimes people get a bit shy and don't want to call in. So, Renata, what is your investment strategy? What are you looking? What do you own? Oh, hang on. I take that back.
There you go.
There you go. Saab has called in. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Let me clear my tickers. Now we have guests calling in. So, Renata, I'm going to put you in guest spot number 8 right now. Welcome, Saab. Renata, what is your main investment strategy? What are you looking at tonight?
All right, so main investment strategy is like...
Oh, sorry, Saab. Sorry, I was addressing that to Renata. I do apologize. No, please do come back. Renata, what is your strategy? What are you looking to invest in?
Well, basically, I'm invested in NVIDIA, and as you said, I'm basically in for the long game, and I'm hoping that, like you said, you started off with 5,000, and I also started off with a smallish number, so that's increased obviously drastically over the last 2 years. So I'm actually looking to increase that even further.
Absolutely. But the golden rule, I always say it on the show, you've got to have the engine. You've got to earn money and you invest your money. You don't use the stock market as a cash machine. I am my engine. I earn money. I have no bills. I've made sure I'm efficient. I paid the mortgage off, the car loan. I have no debts. And now I invest. I did it that way round, built the foundation, and I earn money. My job is YouTube, and I invest. So I don't try to use the stock market as a cash machine, but I do. I'm the cash machine. I earn money and I invest it. And I'm glad that you're doing well also. It's very exciting evening. Saab, what's just for the benefit of those that haven't seen you before, what's your strategy and are you happy with NVIDIA tonight?
It's fantastic what's happening with NVIDIA. Like NVIDIA kind of got forgot. No, I'm not saying forgot, but got kind of pushed to the back a little bit there for a little while. But it looks like
Oh, I lost you for a moment there, Saab. Carry on.
But it looks like Jensen went to work. Instead of complaining and whining about stuff, he went to work and says, okay, let's just show everybody how we do this. And he just went back to work, and now he's going to pull back he's going to pull them back up by the scruff of the neck like he did before.
Absolutely. Absolutely right. Oh, we got another guest just called in. This is Faraz Ahmed. If you could just line up your camera just a little bit, that would help us. There we go. That's wonderful. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Pakistan.
Pakistan. Absolutely wonderful.
Yes,
I love this. We have members in 69 countries now in 14 languages. Are you an investor of NVIDIA?
No, I'm an investor of Bitcoin.
Oh, Bitcoin. How do you feel about Bitcoin tonight?
I feel really good about it. The reports are good, so it's gonna, I believe it's good for Bitcoin as well.
Okay. But how do you feel about Bitcoin being down so much and on all recent hacks? Does that concern you at all?
No problem. We are like long-term holders, you know.
Okay, I'm glad you've got confidence. Alex has just called in. Alex, good evening to you. How are you?
Good evening, Martin. Good evening, everyone. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm great. I'll come back to you. Let me just show the price of NVIDIA on the chart. This is looking great tonight. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Absolutely awesome stuff. We're showing NVIDIA on the chart. It's beaten on earnings. It's looking good. The S&P is going up. I set myself a buy of 10 shares if we got a flash crash. We still can if Jetson says something strange and weird, but I don't think so. It's got away from me now, but that's why I've been buying it the last few days. I went all in 3 days ago and bought a lot more of the S&P because I knew we'd get a beat tonight. I'm very happy. It's not a blow-off beat tonight, but it is a good beat nevertheless. I like this. So, sorry, Saab, you got cut off. You're happy with the result tonight for NVIDIA?
Fantastic. I mean, NVIDIA's been leading the way for a long time. And it's about time he started bringing people back up by the scruff of the neck and start leading the way again like he did before.
Yeah, absolutely right. You never guess who's just tuned in. Here he is, Mr. Virgin Galactic, Zach Zate, live on the show. Hey! Originally from Israel, now in California. Lovely to have you here, Zach Zate. The extra channel is covering Virgin Galactic. You'll see the full presentation from Virgin Galactic in just 18 minutes from now. In the next 5 minutes, I'll be able to put the presentation on the screen. Hey, another beat tonight. Another beat with Virgin Galactic. Great stuff. You must be happy. Let's get some good news. Let's hear from Michael Cole-Glazier about opening ticket sales. There's no delays. Everything's going full steam ahead, and we could have a great night for Virgin Galactic. How do you feel about that tonight, mate?
It does feel great. The company shows us this morning the video, the progress, the 10 steps, and it seems like they're going to talk about Italy. They talk about the difference between having a tourism customers and having science customers, people that want to go. And it seems like a lot of the science coming first, hopefully also on the test flight of the Delta. I wouldn't go on the Delta as a tourist for a test flight. So if they take a scientist and make more money over the use if it's NASA or the finding their test, that is very, very good news. So talking about Italy, talking about the tourism versus science, I think will be the main topics tonight.
Great. I hope you are right, and I look forward to listening. Because believe you me, as crazy as it might seem, I am going to listen to two earnings calls at the same time. I think for a moment we had the Church of Logic in the chat. One of our original members from 4 years ago. Is the Church of Logic in the chat? I don't know. I thought I saw his name come up. Let's hope so. We just passed 70,000 subscribers last night, by the way. Big milestone. Very excited about that. And
congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, mate. Just in time for my birthday. Very excited about that. So we've got 15 minutes now. I should be able to share the... look at this. Look at this. Zoom, 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 zoom. 70,224. Zipping up now. Next
let's go, let's go. Hey, let's go. Subscribe, like, be part of the best family.
Yes, indeed. All around the world in 69 countries, 14 languages. We're taking over the world. I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay, good stuff. And I'm also loving, by the way, my beautiful mug. If you've not got one of these, martynlucasshop.com, you can get yourself saying, Saab's going, see, he's always trying to sell his mugs. Yeah, I am. I'm always trying.
You're a mug peddler.
Yeah, I'm a mug peddler. I've got to buy more of the S&P. I need to sell about 1 million of these, and then we'll be good to go. Right? Hang on. There's my name. There's the logo. There you go. I love it.
It's good. Hey, got a good few buys in there, huh? For like 40, 50 shares of the S&P.
Yeah, 50 now. 50 in the last 3 days.
Great move.
I think so. Tonight would have been another 5, but it didn't go low enough. There's no point just paying the same price. You've got to have management. You've got to have risk management. Until I earn more money, you can't just keep buying and buying and buying, because then you'll end up well, we know what comes next. All right, so we don't want to be doing that. Right. So we got
Martyn. Do you remember what was? Excuse me. Do you remember what was the lowest cost you bought VU last year? What was the lowest price? Was it 485?
Yes, about 485, something like that. Yeah.
Very good.
I know.
Very nice.
Maybe 50% of my VU is around that price. So even though this is why people get confused when they talk about your average goes up. They go, your average is much higher. Doesn't matter about what I bought now. What matters is what I've got overall, the value of what I've got invested. And that's why another reason why I don't sell those stocks. Those stocks are now starting to compound, earning me. I know it's only $1.85 every quarter, but they all earn. Now there's nearly 550 shares, so that adds up. We should be very close to $1,000 a quarter now. My goal is $1,000 a month, and that's just to cover the margin in cost. That's the idea is to get that to level out. So as I earn more money, I keep bringing it back down to the same percentage. So eventually it'll just cover itself. Anyway, we should be able to refresh the screen now. Here we go. So this is the NVIDIA broadcast. It looks like they're just going to show us some audio. Let me now go over to Virgin Galactic. I know Zach wants to see that. So Virgin Galactic.
I got a big smoothies ready for Virgin Galactic earning.
Yeah, you go. There you go. So we've got here comes, they're loading the event on the screen. They're loading the event. I've never seen anyone load the event. I'm literally clicked on it at the moment they're loading it. So let me refresh the screen. Oh, there we go. Loading scenes. There you go. There's the Virgin Galactic slideshow for you. So we're all good there. We're all good for NVIDIA. This is pretty exciting stuff. Let me bring you back on here. We've got more guests calling in. We've got another guest. This is Simon. I need to see you on camera, Simon. Come up close a little bit so I can bring you on the show. I need to see you on camera. There's Simon. There he is. How are you, Simon?
Good evening.
Where are you calling in from?
Let me just turn that down. So I'm calling from the UK in Kent.
I recognise the all right, my cocker. You're right there, mate. I recognise the accent there.
All right there, geezer. How you doing?
All right, geezer. All right, one of the lads, one of the boys. I'm at home. I'm at home. I'm back down the old Kent Road with one of my mates. I'm loving it. How are you, mate? Good to see you, Simon. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you. Really, really good, thank you.
Spot on. What are you investing in, mate? What are you buying?
I'm very bullish in Mobix.
Oh.
So I've got.
Have you been following
I've got
Mobix with me?
10K in Mobix.
Did you see the earnings call with Mobix the other day with me?
I did.
Did you see the CEO call in live on the show?
I did. It was me that put in for the earnings call.
Oh, it was you who got me to
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. That was great. Yeah, we've got a good relationship now with Fabrizio, the CEO. So I've got his number on my phone. We want to call him up now? I can call him up if you want. We'll have him on the show. Great stuff. All right. Guys, stand by. If anybody else wants to call in, it's martynlucas.com/live. The password is LucasAids, uppercase L, uppercase A. It's in the chat. I'll give it to you again. 100. Here it is. And you can be live on the show. All the spots are nearly gone. NVIDIA's going up. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Over on the extra channel, we got Virgin Galactic about to start. There it is in the chat. Can everyone tap the like button? There's 1,045 people watching all around the world, and this is awesome stuff. Click subscribe and ring the bell. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the summer, and you're all invited to a members-only event on March the 10th. March the 10th is the day after my birthday. My birthday is March the 9th, but it's unfortunately a Sunday. So on Monday, March the 10th, it's going to be a members-only stream. Out comes the whiskey with the burgers because I'm getting too old to just do the whiskey. Yeah, you can clap. You can clap. You've seen it before. Yeah. I'm too old for all that now. There has to be whiskey and burgers. There has to be food to accompany it. Otherwise, I get ill, and it's just, you just watch me literally get sick on the telly. All right? That's not what it's about, is it? What sort of weird show is that? Oh, dear. Anyway.
Martyn.
Right, here we go, Martyn. Look.
What, mate? There you go. That's it. We're twins. It's me and you.
Twins.
Twins, mate. Yeah, we even sound the same. Look at that. Brilliant. Mate, you know what? Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is, this bald head? It's a solar panel for a love machine. That's what it is, mate. I got told that. Someone told me that once. Anyway, we're having a great night. The S&P 500. Oops, sorry. Zach was going to say something. What were you going to say there, Zach?
So there is no loud when it's a cloudy weather?
No,
because
don't
it's
worry.
Solar.
Don't worry. I only need ambient lighting. I'm a modern, sophisticated solar panel. It doesn't matter if it's cloudy. It works with ambient lighting, including stage lighting. Renata's thinking, I don't know what's going on here. I phoned him from Germany and he's talking about a solar panel for a love machine. What sort of channel is this? This is not how we speak in Germany. This is not what we say in Germany. Right, okay. We're keeping our eye. We've got 9 minutes to go. Stand by, folks. Stay on the line with me during the call. It's going to be very exciting. Let's see if we can get all 10 spots taken up tonight. If you want to call in, be on the show, you can be on the show with me. This is the earnings call. Let me check the audio. This is NVIDIA, Virgin Galactic on the extra channel. Stand by. Right, there's the audio. That's the audio. That's working. We've got transmission. Let me go and check Virgin Galactic's audio. Let me check. Stand by. Yeah. That's working as well. Yeah. That's working. We've got audio tested. We're looking good. So over on the extra channel, stand by for Virgin Galactic. You must be excited tonight, Zach say. I'm really pleased for you, mate. Sorry we can't put it on the main channel. Back in the day, we would have had a big audience, but tonight it's sadly on the extra channel. Sorry about that, mate.
My plan is August 26. We got another almost year and a half to get to the date I put in beginning, August 26. So
Okay.
it is about 6 more earnings.
6 more to go. All right. All right. NVIDIA is going up. NVIDIA is going up. The S&P is going up. I didn't need to buy any more. That's good. Now I can just focus paying down the margin again. I wasn't worried though. I was quite happy to do that. It's going up. Hey, the S&P is moving quite quickly now. Lovely stuff. Okay, let's keep our eye on it. We've got 7 minutes to go. 7 minutes to go. So what we're going to do, we've got 7 minutes. So let's make sure everyone has tapped the like button. Everyone done that? Oh, we got Manu. We got Manu live on the show. He's smiling, going, yeah, that's me. That's me. Bring me on the show. There's Manu. Good evening, Manu. Where you calling in from?
Good afternoon. I'm calling from Canada.
Canada. We got Canada, Germany, England, America, all over the place. How are you? You driving your car? You drive safe there, mate.
Yeah, no worries. So I'm from Canada, not from the 51st state, but loving the show, man.
Hey, listen, mate, it's nothing to do with me. Just because Donald Trump's the president of the country I'm living in, I'm just impartial. I'm not taking over Canada, mate. You're your own country, and God love you for it.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Martyn, what's happening with NVIDIA? Always it beats the earnings and the stock barely moves. What do you think?
Because now it's starting to trade on fundamentals. I now feel the stock is now maturing. It got overbought. It got ridiculous ahead of itself. See, Saab's nodding, going, yeah, we've now got a business that will start to grow into its price. We don't want to see it rally up crazy, then dump back down again. We want to see it grow into its price. It's now becoming more mature. It's basing more on fundamentals than momentum, and that's a good thing. That's what we want. Like I've always said, don't trade NVIDIA, own it. That's really important. Now, guys, if you can, try to mute yourself when you're not talking. It just keeps the background noise down, as we have so many people now calling in. We've got Jad just called in. Jad, good morning to you. How are you? Where are you calling in from?
Good evening here. I'm calling you from Morocco.
Morocco, I'm loving it. Now we got a member from Morocco calling in. I'm bloody loving it. Oh, fantastic! Look at the stock. Look at the prices go up. I'm loving it. The S&P is going up, and so is NVIDIA. It's going to be a good night. I'm just saying. I did say this was going to happen. I'm just saying. I did say it. So, Jad, what are you investing in, mate? We've got 4 minutes to go. What are you looking at?
So I am the early investor in NVIDIA, but I sold off everything. I started investing on Palantir. So I have like 60% Palantir now.
Okay.
I hope it's gonna go up after.
When did you buy Palantir? What price did you pay for Palantir?
I think when it was like around 70.
What price?
76.
76. Be careful.
And I keep buying when it's there. Yeah.
Be careful. Its intrinsic value is $9. It's 800 times over earnings. I'm sure you know that. Alex Karp was join the Palantirians. Not really a good thing to do. You know, getting retail investors to buy too much. It's a bit overvalued, and that's why it dumped. But a great business. I think it's going to do very well in America, but it's very expensive. Guys, we got 3 minutes to go. Stand by, everybody. Okay, here we are. We're just moments away now. NVIDIA is shooting up on this call. So is the S&P 500. So I am very happy. I didn't get another 10, but that doesn't matter at all. So now we are focusing on the earnings. So allow me just to make sure everything works properly, because I'm actually covering 2 earnings calls at the same time on 2 different channels. So here on the main channel, we are waiting for NVIDIA. Let me just mute everyone there for a second. This is the NVIDIA call. And they're playing music, so that's good. Expect it to be 1 or 2 minutes late. Over on the extra channel, we are covering Virgin Galactic. This is Virgin Galactic here. Guys, when the call starts, I will mute myself so you'll hear Virgin Galactic, of course, unedited without me talking over it. Okay, obviously, so stand by. Everyone there, please tap the like button and click share. Straight after this, we have another event. I have Jen Hsun Huang live on the show, a live interview with, excuse me, Jen Hsun Huang, live interview at the end of the show. Very exciting, this one. We're going to bring you a live interview directly after the earnings call of Jen Hsun Huang. This live stream will take you directly there. Okay, now stand by, guys. It's 2 minutes to go. Allow me just to focus on the production right now because I've got to make sure both earnings calls go live at the same time. So I'm going to make sure there's actually 20 screens in this studio. If you've ever seen the whole of my studio, look, I'll just give you a little walk around. Look, there's actually 20 screens in here. A lot of them you can't see. There's moving heads, there's moving cameras all over the place. Most of my monitors are off the camera so you can't see them. But I'm monitoring all of this at the same time as trying to entertain you. But we're running 2 shows at the same time tonight. Okay, so NVIDIA is pumping. We are loving it, loving it, loving it. The S&P is pumping as well. Virgin Galactic is also going up $4 at the moment. Right, we're standing by. 1 minute to go. I'm listening into the earnings calls. The moment one earnings call stops, I will mute the other one on Virgin Galactic. Okay, that's not helpful. They're both playing the same background music. So I can't distinguish between the two. One minute to go. Expect 1 or 2 minutes late. That's perfectly normal. NVIDIA is looking great. Let me just flash everybody on the screen. Give me a big thumbs up and a big wave if you're loving it, loving it, loving it. All right. Yes, NVIDIA. Yes, everyone's smiling. A few of my guests disappeared. Where did you go to? See, I told you. Stay online. You never know when I'm going to pop back and say hello. Right. Here we go. We're listening in. NVIDIA. They're playing very quiet music here. Let me refresh the screen. Wow, that's quiet. Okay. Virgin Galactic are still playing background music. So is NVIDIA. We're now into the time. Any moment now the call will start. On extra channel standby for NVIDIA. Virgin Galactic. Here on the main channel, we're covering NVIDIA. Please stand by for the call to begin.
Thank you. Stuart Stecker, you may begin your conference.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to NVIDIA's conference call for the fourth quarter of fiscal 2025. With me today from NVIDIA are Jen Hsun Huang, President and Chief Executive Officer, and Colette Kress, Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. I'd like to remind you that our call is being webcast live on NVIDIA's Investor Relations website. The webcast will be available for replay until the conference call to discuss our financial results for the first quarter of fiscal 2026. The content of today's call is NVIDIA's property. It can't be reproduced or transcribed without prior written consent. During this call, we may make forward-looking statements based on current expectations. These are subject to a number of significant risks and uncertainties, and our actual results may differ materially. For discussion of factors that could affect our future financial results and business, Please refer to the disclosure in today's earnings release, our most recent Forms 10-K and 10-Q, and the reports that we may file on Form 8-K with the Securities and Exchange Commission. All our statements are made as of today, February 26, 2025, based on information currently available to us. Except as required by law, we assume no obligation to update any such statements. During this call, we will discuss non-GAAP financial measures. You can find a reconciliation of these non-GAAP financial measures to GAAP financial measures in our CFO commentary, which is posted on. Turn the call over to Colette.
Thanks, Stuart. Q4 was another record quarter. Revenue of $39.3 billion was up 12% sequentially and up 78% year on year, and above our outlook of $37.5 billion. For fiscal 2025, revenue was $130.5 billion, up 114% from the prior year. Let's start with data center. Data center revenue for fiscal 2025 was $115.2 billion, more than doubling from the prior year. In the fourth quarter, data center revenue of $35.6 billion was a record, up 16% sequentially and 93% year on year, as the Blackwell ramp commenced and Hopper 200 continued sequential growth. In Q4, Blackwell sales exceeded our expectations. We delivered $11 billion of Blackwell revenue to meet strong demand. This is the fastest product ramp in our company's history, unprecedented in its speed and scale. Blackwell production is in full gear across multiple configurations, and we are increasing supply quickly to meet expanding customer adoption. Our Q4 data center compute revenue jumped 18% sequentially and over 2x year on year. Customers are racing to scale infrastructure to train the next generation of cutting-edge models and unlock the next level of AI capabilities. With Blackwell, it will be common for these clusters to start with 100,000 GPUs or more. Shipments have already started for multiple infrastructures of this size. Post-training and model customization are fueling demand for NVIDIA infrastructure and software as developers and enterprises leverage techniques such as fine-tuning, reinforcement learning, and distillation to tailor models for domain-specific use cases. Hugging Face alone hosts over 90,000 derivatives created from the Llama Foundation model. The scale of post-training and model customization is massive and can collectively demand orders of magnitude more compute than pre-training. Our inference demand is accelerating, driven by test time scaling and new reasoning models like OpenAI's O3, DeepSeek R1, and Grok 3. Long-thinking reasoning AI can require 100x more compute per task compared to one-shot inferences. Blackwell was architected for reasoning AI inference. Blackwell supercharges reasoning AI models with up to 25x higher token throughput and 20x lower cost versus Hopper 100. It is revolutionary. Transformer Engine is built for LLM and mixture of experts inference. And its NVLink domain delivers 14x the throughput of PCIe Gen 5, ensuring the response time, throughput, and cost efficiency needed to tackle the growing complexity of inference at scale. Companies across industries are tapping into NVIDIA's full stack inference platform to boost performance and slash costs. Snap tripled inference throughput and cut costs by 66%, using NVIDIA TensorRT for its screenshot feature. Perplexity sees 435 million monthly queries and reduced its inference costs 3x with NVIDIA Triton Inference Server and TensorRT LLM. Microsoft Bing achieved a 5x speedup and major TCO savings for visual search across billions of images with NVIDIA TensorRT and acceleration libraries. Blackwell has great demand for inference. Many of the early GB200 deployments are earmarked for inference, a first for a new architecture. Blackwell addresses the entire AI market from pre-training, post-training to inference across clouds to on-premise to enterprise. CUDA's programmable architecture accelerates every AI model and over 4,400 applications, ensuring large infrastructure investments against obsolescence in rapidly evolving market. Our performance and pace of innovation is unmatched. We're driven to a 200x reduction in inference costs in just the last 2 years. We deliver the lowest TCO and the highest ROI. And full stack optimizations for NVIDIA and our large ecosystem, including 5.9 million developers, continuously improve our customers' economics. In Q4, large CSPs represented about half of our data center revenue, and these sales increased nearly 2x year on year. Large CSPs were some of the first to stand up Blackwell, with Azure, GCP, AWS, and OCI bringing GB200 systems to cloud regions around the world to meet surging customer demand for AI. Regional clouds hosting NVIDIA GPUs increased as a percentage of data center revenue, reflecting continued AI factory buildouts globally and rapidly rising demand for AI reasoning models and agents. We've launched a 100,000 GB200 cluster-based instance with NVLink switch and Quantum 2 InfiniBand. Consumer internet revenue grew 3x year on year, driven by an expanding set of generative AI and deep learning use cases. These include recommender systems, vision language understanding, synthetic data generation search, and agentic AI. For example, xAI is adopting the GB200 to train and inference its next generation of Grok AI models. Meta's cutting-edge Andromeda advertising engine runs on NVIDIA's Grace Hopper superchip, serving vast quantities of ads across Instagram, Facebook applications. Andromeda harnesses Grace Hopper's fast interconnect and large memory to boost inference throughput by 3x, enhance ad personalization, and deliver meaningful jumps in monetization and ROI. Enterprise revenue increased nearly 2x year on accelerating demand for model fine-tuning, RAG, and agentic AI workflows, and GPU accelerated data processing. We introduced NVIDIA Llama Numetron model family NIMs to help developers
NVIDIA mugs,
AI
10
agents
available.
across a range of applications,
Special tonight
including
edition.
customer support, fraud detection, and product supply chain and inventory management. Leading AI agent platform providers, including SAP and ServiceNow, are among the first to use new models. Healthcare leaders IQVIA, Illumina, and Mayo Clinic, as well as ARC Institute, are using NVIDIA AI to speed drug discovery, enhance genomic research, and pioneer advanced healthcare services with generative and agentic AI. As AI expands beyond the digital world, NVIDIA infrastructure and software platforms are increasingly being adopted to power robotics and physical AI development. One of the early and largest robotics applications in autonomous vehicles, where virtually every AV company is developing on NVIDIA in the data center, the car, or both. NVIDIA's automotive vertical revenue is expected to grow to approximately $5 billion this fiscal year. At CES, Hyundai Motor Group announced it is adopting NVIDIA technologies to accelerate AV and robotics development and smart factory initiatives. Enterprise learning, multimodal sensor fusion, and high-fidelity simulation are driving breakthroughs in AV development and will require 10x more compute. At CEX, we announced the NVIDIA Cosmo World Foundation Model Platform. Just as language foundation models have revolutionized language AI, Cosmos is a physical AI to revolutionize robotics. Leading robotics and automotive companies, including ride-sharing giant Uber, are among the first to adopt the platform. From a geographic perspective, sequential growth in our data center revenue was strongest in the U.S., driven by the initial ramp of Blackwell. Countries across the globe are building their AI ecosystems, and demand for compute infrastructure is surging. France's 200 billion euro AI investment and the EU's 200 billion euro Invest AI initiative offer a glimpse into the build-out to set redefined global AI infrastructure in the coming years. Now, as a percentage of total data center revenue, data center sales in China remained well below levels. Absent any change in regulations, we believe that China's shipments will remain roughly at the current percentage. The market in China for data center solutions remains very competitive. We will continue to comply with export controls while serving our customers. Networking revenue declined 3% sequentially. Our networking attached to GPU compute systems is robust at over 75%. We are transitioning from small NVLink 8 with InfiniBand to large NVLink 72 with Spectrum X. Increased and represents a major new growth sector. We expect networking to return to growth in Q1. AI requires a new class of networking. NVIDIA offers NVLink switch systems for HPC supercomputers and Spectrum X for Ethernet environments. Spectrum X enhances the Ethernet for OCI, CoreWeave, and others are building large AI factories with Spectrum X. The first Stargate Cisco announced integrating Spectrum X into their networking portfolio to help enterprises build AI infrastructure. With its large enterprise footprint and global reach, Cisco will bring NVIDIA Ethernet to every industry. Now moving to gaming and AI PCs. Gaming revenue of $2.5 billion decreased 22% sequentially and 11% year on year. Full year revenue of $11.4 billion increased 9% year on year, and demand remained strong throughout the holiday. However, Q4 shipments were impacted by supply constraints. We expect strong sequential growth in Q1 as supply increases. The new GeForce RTX 50 series desktop and laptop GPUs are here. Built for gamers, creators, and developers, they fuse AI and graphics, redefining visual computing. Powered by the Blackwell architecture, 5th generation Tensor cores, and 4th generation RT cores, and featuring up to 3,400 AI TOPS. These GPUs deliver a 2x performance leap and new AI-driven rendering, including neural shaders, digital human technologies, geometry, and lighting. The new DLSS 4 boosts frame rates up to 8x with AI-driven frame generation, turning one rendered frame into 3. It also features the industry's first real-time application of transformer models, packing 2x more parameters and 4x the compute for unprecedented visual fidelity. We also announced a wave of GeForce Blackwell laptop GPUs with new NVIDIA Max-Q technology that extends battery life by up to an incredible 40%. These laptops will be available starting in March from the world's top manufacturers. Moving to our professional visualization business. Revenue of $511 million was up 5% sequentially and 10% year-on-year. Full year revenue of $1.9 billion increased 21% year-on-year. Key industry verticals driving demand include automotive and healthcare. NVIDIA technologies and generative AI are reshaping design, engineering, and simulation workloads. Increasingly, these technologies Cadence and Siemens, fueling demand for NVIDIA RTX workstations. Now moving to automotive. Revenue was a record $570 million, up 27% sequentially and up 103% year-on-year. Full year revenue of $1.7 billion increased 55% year-on-year. Strong growth was driven by the continued ramp in autonomous vehicles, including cars and robotaxis. At CES, we announced Toyota, the world's largest automaker, will build its next generation vehicles on NVIDIA Orin, running the safety-certified NVIDIA DRIVE OS. We announced Aurora and Continental will deploy driverless trucks at scale powered by NVIDIA DRIVE Thor. Finally, our end-to-end autonomous vehicle platform, NVIDIA DRIVE Hyperion, has passed industry safety assessments by TÜV and TÜV Rheinland, two of the industry's foremost authorities for automotive-grade safety and cybersecurity. NVIDIA is the first AV platform to receive a comprehensive set of third-party assessments. Okay, moving to the rest of the P&L. GAAP gross margins was 73%, and non-GAAP gross margins was 73.5%, down sequentially as expected with our first deliveries of the Blackwell architecture. As discussed last quarter, Blackwell is a customizable AI infrastructure with several different types of NVIDIA build chips, multiple networking options, and for air and liquid-cooled data center. We exceeded our expectations in Q4 in ramping Blackwell, increasing system availability, providing several configurations to our customers. As Blackwell ramps, we expect gross margins to be in the low 70s. Initially, we are focused on expediting the manufacturing of Blackwell systems to meet strong customer demand as they race to build out Blackwell infrastructure. When fully ramped, we have many opportunities to improve the cost, and gross margin will improve and return to the mid-70s late this fiscal year. Sequentially, GAAP operating expenses were up 9% and non-GAAP operating expenses were 11%, reflecting higher engineering development costs and higher compute and infrastructure costs for new product introductions. In Q4, we returned $8.1 billion to shareholders in the form of share repurchases and cash dividends. Let me turn to the outlook in the first quarter. Total revenue is expected to be $43 billion, plus or minus 2%. Continuing with its strong demand, we expect a significant ramp of Blackwell in Q1. We expect sequential growth in both data center and gaming. Within data center, we expect sequential growth from both compute and networking. GAAP and non-GAAP gross margins are expected to be 70.6% and 71%, respectively, plus or minus 50 basis points. GAAP and non-GAAP operating expenses are expected to be approximately $5.2 billion and $3.6 billion, respectively. We expect full year, fiscal year 26 operating expenses to be in the mid-30s. GAAP and non-GAAP other incoming expenses are expected to be an income of approximately $400 million, excluding gains and losses from non-marketable and publicly held equity securities. GAAP and non-GAAP tax rates are expected to be 17% plus or minus 1%, excluding any discrete items. Further financial details are included in the CFO commentary and other information available on our IR website. including a new financial information AI agent. In closing, let me highlight upcoming events for the financial community. We will be at the TD Cowen Healthcare Conference in Boston on March 3rd, and at the Morgan Stanley Technology, Media, and Telecom Conference in San Francisco on March 5th. Please join us for our annual GTC conference starting Monday, March 17th in San Jose, California. Jensen will deliver a news-packed keynote on March 18th, and we will host a Q&A session for our financial analysts the next day, March 19th. We look forward to seeing you at these events. Our earnings call to discuss the results for our first quarter of fiscal 2026 is scheduled for May 28th, 2025. We are going to open up the call, operator, to questions. If you could start that, that would be great.
Stand by to the end.
Thank
We've got
you.
an
At
interview
this
by
time, I would like
Jensen
to
Huang.
remind everyone.
We've got a live interview of Jensen Huang at the end of the show. Stand by.
I also ask that you please limit yourself to one question. For any additional questions, please re-queue. And your first question comes from CJ Muse with Cantor Fitzgerald. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for taking the question. I guess for me, Jensen, as test time compute and reinforcement learning show such promise, we're clearly seeing an increasing blurring of the lines between training and inference. What does this mean for the potential future of potentially inference dedicated clusters? And how do you think about the overall impact to NVIDIA and your customers? Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, CJ. There are now multiple scaling laws. There's the pre-training scaling law, and that's going to continue to scale because we have multimodality. We have data that came from reasoning that are now used to do pre-training. And then the second is post-training scaling law, using reinforcement learning human feedback, reinforcement learning AI feedback, reinforcement learning verifiable rewards. The amount of computation you use for post-training is actually higher than pre-training. And it's going to generate an enormous amount of synthetic data or synthetically generated tokens. AI models are basically and the third part, this is the part that you mentioned, is test time compute or reasoning, long thinking, inference scaling. They're all basically the same ideas. And there you have chain of thought, you have search. Tokens generated, the amount of inference compute needed is already 100 times more than the one-shot examples which models in the beginning. And that's just the beginning. This is just the beginning. The idea that the next generation could have thousands times and even hopefully extremely thoughtful and simulation-based and search-based models that could be hundreds of thousands, millions of times more compute than today is in our future. And so the question is, how do you design such an architecture? Some of the models are autoregressive. Some of the models at the times you want your data center to have disaggregated inference. Sometimes it's compacted. What is the best configuration of a data center, which is the reason why NVIDIA's architecture is so popular. We run every model. We are great at training. The vast majority of our compute today is actually inference. And Blackwell takes all of that to a new level. We designed Blackwell with the idea of reasoning models in mind. And when you look at training, it's many times more performant. But what's really amazing is for long thinking, test time scaling, reasoning AI models higher throughput. And so Blackwell is going to be incredible across the board. And when you have a data center that allows you to configure and use your data center based on, are you doing more pre-training now, post-training now, or scaling out your inference, our architecture is fungible and easy to use in all of those different ways. And so we're seeing by architecture than ever before.
Your next question comes from the line of Joe Moore with JP Morgan. Please go ahead.
Morgan Stanley, actually, thank you. Yes, you sort of talked about the complexity of the rack level systems and the challenges you have. And then, as you said in the prepared remarks, we've seen a lot of general availability. Where are you in terms of that ramp? Are there still bottlenecks to consider at a systems level above and beyond the chip level and BL72 platforms?
Well, I'm more enthusiastic today than I was at CES. And the reason for that is because we've shipped a lot more since CES. We have some 350 plants manufacturing the 1.5 million components that go into each one of the Blackwell racks, Grace Blackwell racks. Yes, it's extremely complicated, and we successfully and incredibly ramped up Grace Blackwell, delivering some $11 billion in revenues last quarter. We're going to have to continue to scale as demand is quite high and customers are anxious and impatient to get their Blackwell systems. You've probably seen on the web a fair number of celebrations about Grace Blackwell systems coming online, and our own engineering and our own design teams and software teams. CoreWeave has now been quite public about the successful bring up of theirs. Microsoft has, of course, OpenAI has, and you're starting to see many come online. And so I think the answer to your question is nothing is easy about what we're doing, but we're doing great, and all of our partners are doing great.
Your next question comes from the line of Vivek Arya with Bank of America Securities. Please go ahead.
Thank you for taking my question. Colette, if you wouldn't mind confirming if Q1 is the bottom for gross margins. And then, Jensen, my question is for you. What is on your dashboard to give you the confidence that the strong demand can sustain into next year? And has DeepSeek and whatever innovations they came up with, has that changed that view in any way? Thank you.
Let me first take the first part of the question there regarding the gross margin. During our Blackwell ramp, our gross margins will be in the low 70s. At this point, we are focusing on expediting our manufacturing to make sure that we can provide to customers as soon as possible. Our Blackwell has fully ramped, and once our Blackwell fully ramps, we can improve our cost and our gross margin. So we expect to probably be in the mid-70s later this year. Walking through what you heard Jensen speak about the systems and their complexity. They are customizable in some cases. They've got multiple networking options. They have liquid cooled and water cooled. So we know there is an opportunity for us to improve these gross margins going forward. But right now, we are going to focus on getting the manufacturing complete and to our customers as soon as possible.
We know several things, Vivek. We have a fairly good line of sight of the amount of capital investment that data centers are building out towards. We know that going forward, the vast majority of software is going to be based on machine learning. And so accelerated computing and generative AI, reasoning AI, are going to be the type of architecture you want in your data center. We have, of course, forecasts and plans from our top partners. And we also know that there are many innovative, really exciting startups that are still coming online as new opportunities for developing the next breakthroughs in AI, whether it's agentic AIs, reasoning AIs, or physical AIs. The number of startups are still quite vibrant, and each one of them need a fair amount of computing infrastructure. And so I think whether it's the near-term signals or the midterm signals, near-term signals, of course, are POs and forecasts and things like that. Midterm signals would be the level of infrastructure and CapEx scale out compared to previous years. And then the long-term signals has to do with the fact that we know fundamentally software has changed from hand coding that runs on CPUs to machine learning and AI-based software that runs on GPUs and accelerated computing systems. And so we have a fairly good sense that this is the future of software. And then maybe as you roll it out, another way to think about that is we've really only tapped consumer AI and search and some amount of consumer generative AI, advertising, recommenders, kind of the early days of software. The next wave's coming. Agentic AI for enterprise, physical AI for robotics, and sovereign AI as different regions build out their AI for their own ecosystems. And so each one of these are barely off the ground, and we can see them. We can see them because, obviously we're in the center of much of this development, and we can see great activity happening in all these different places, and these will happen. So near term, midterm, long term.
Your next question comes from the line of Harlan Sur with JP Morgan. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for taking my question. Your next generation Blackwell Ultra is set to launch in the second half of this year, in line with the team's annual product cadence. Jensen, can you help us understand the demand dynamics for Ultra, given that you'll still be ramping the current generation Blackwell solutions? How do your customers and the supply chain also manage the simultaneous ramps of these two products? And is the team still on track to execute Blackwell Ultra in the second half of this year?
Yes. Blackwell Ultra is second half. As you know, the first Blackwell was, we had a hiccup that probably cost us a couple of months. We're fully recovered, of course. The team did an amazing job recovering, and all of our supply chain partners and just so many people helped us recover at the speed of light. And so now we've successfully ramped production of Blackwell. But that doesn't stop the next train. The next train is on an annual rhythm, and Blackwell Ultra with new networking, new memories, and of course new processors, and all of that is coming online. We've been working with all of our partners and customers, laying this out. They have all of the necessary information, and we'll work with everybody to do the proper transition. This time between Blackwell and Blackwell Ultra, the system architecture is exactly the same. It's a lot harder going from Hopper to Blackwell because we went from an NVLink 8 system to a NVLink 72 base system. So the chassis, the architecture of the system, the hardware, the power delivery, all of that had to change. This was quite a challenging transition, but the next transition will slot right in. Blackwell Ultra will slot right in, and been working very closely with all of our partners on the click after that. And the click after that is called Vera Rubin, and all of our partners are getting up to speed on the transition of that. And so preparing for that transition. And again, we're going to provide a big, huge step up. And so come to GTC and I'll talk to you about Blackwell Ultra, Vera Rubin, and then show you what's the one click after that. Really exciting new product. So come to GTC, please.
Your next question comes from the line of Timothy Arcuri with UBS. Please go ahead.
Thanks a lot. Jensen, we hear a lot about custom ASICs. Can you kind of speak to the balance between custom ASIC and merchant GPU? We hear about some of these heterogeneous superclusters to use both GPU and ASIC. Is that something customers are planning on building, or will these infrastructures remain fairly distinct? Thanks.
In some ways, completely different. In some areas, we intersect. We're different in several ways. One, NVIDIA's architecture is general. Whether you've optimized for autoregressive models or diffusion-based models, or we're great at all of it. We're great at all of it because our software stack is our architecture is flexible, our software stack ecosystem is so rich that we're the initial target of most exciting innovations in algorithms. And so by definition, we're much more general than narrow. We're also really good from the end to end, from data processing, the curation of the training data, to the training of the data, of course, to reinforcement learning used in post-training, all the way to inference with test time scaling. So we're general, we're end to end, and we're everywhere. And because we're not in just one cloud, we're in every cloud. We could be on-prem, we could be in a and a great initial target for anybody who's starting up a new company. And so we're everywhere. And then the third thing I would say is that our performance and our rhythm is so incredibly fast. Remember that these data centers are always fixed in size. They're fixed in size or they're fixed in power. And if our performance per watt is anywhere from 2x to 4x to 8x, which is not unusual, it translates directly to revenues. And so if you have a 100 megawatt data center, if the performance or the throughput in that 100 megawatt or that gigawatt data center is 4 times or 8 times higher, your revenues for that.
The audio is beyond my control. I can only bring the best of what there's provided.
Because AI factories are directly monetizable through its tokens generated. And so the token throughput of our architecture being so incredibly fast is just incredibly valuable to all of the companies that are building these things for revenue generation reasons and capturing the fast ROIs. And so I think the third reason is performance. And then the last thing that I would say is the software stack is incredibly hard. Building an ASIC is no different than what we do. We have to build a new architecture, and the ecosystem that sits on top of our architecture is 10 times more complex today than it was 2 years ago. And that's fairly obvious because the amount of software that the world is building on top of our architecture is growing exponentially, and AI is advancing very quickly. So bringing that whole ecosystem on top of multiple chips is hard. And so I would say that those 4 reasons, and then finally I will say this: just because the chip is designed doesn't mean it gets deployed. And you've seen this, over and over again. There are a lot of chips that get built, but when the time comes, a business decision has to be made. And that business decision is about deploying a new engine, a new processor into a limited AI factory in size, in power, and in time. And our technology is not only more advanced, more performant, it has much better software capability, and very importantly, our ability to deploy is lightning fast. And so these things are not for the faint of heart, as everybody knows now. And so there's a lot of different reasons why we do well, why we win.
Your next question comes from the line of Ben Reitz with Melius Research. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Ben Reitz is here. Hey, thanks a lot for the question. Hey, Jensen, it's a geography-related question. You did a great job explaining some of the demand underlying, factors here on the strength. But U.S. was up about $5 billion or so sequentially. And I think, there is a concern about whether U.S. can pick up the slack if there's regulations towards other geographies. And I was just wondering, as we go throughout the year, if this kind of surge in the U.S. continues and it's going to be, whether that's okay, and if that, underlies your growth rate, how can you keep growing so fast with this mix shift towards the U.S.? Your guidance looks like China is probably up sequentially. So just wondering if you could go through that dynamic and maybe Colette can weigh in. Thanks a lot.
China is approximately the same percentage as Q4 and as previous quarters. It's about half of what it was before the export control, but it's approximately the same in percentage. With respect to geographies, the takeaway is that AI is software. It's modern software. It's incredible modern software, but it's modern software. And AI has gone mainstream. AI is used in delivery services everywhere, shopping services everywhere. And if you were to buy, a quart of milk and it's delivered to you, AI was involved. And so almost everything that a consumer service
stand by. We got
AI
Jensen live interview at the end, plus a special announcement.
Every student will use AI as a tutor. Healthcare services use AI. Financial services use AI. No fintech company will not use AI. Every fintech company will. Climate tech company use AI. Mineral discovery now uses AI. The number of every higher education, every university uses AI. And so I think it is fairly safe to say that AI has gone mainstream and that it's being integrated into every application. And our hope is that of course the technology continues to advance safely and advance in a helpful way to society. And with that, we're I do believe that we're at the beginning of this new transition. And what I mean by that in the beginning is remember, behind us has been decades of data centers and decades of computers that have been built. And they've been built for a world of hand coding and general purpose computing and CPUs and so on and so forth. And going forward, I think it's fairly safe to say that world is going to be almost all software will be infused with AI. All software and all services will be ultimately based on machine learning, and the data flywheel is going to be part of improving software and services, and that the future computers will be accelerated. The future computers will be based on AI. And we're really at 2 years into that journey. And in modernizing computers that have taken decades to build out. And so I'm fairly sure that we're in the beginning of this new era. And then lastly, no technology has ever had the opportunity to address a larger part of the world's GDP than AI. No software tool ever has. And so this is now a software tool that can address a much larger part of the world's GDP, more than any time in history. And so the way we think about growth and the way we think about whether something is big or small has to be in the context of that. And when you take a step back and look at it from that perspective, we're really just in the beginnings.
Your next question comes from the line of Aaron Rakers with Wells Fargo. Please go ahead. Aaron, your line is open. Your next question comes from Mark Lipacis with Evercore ISI. Please go ahead.
Hi, that's Mark Lipacis. Thanks for taking the question. I had a clarification and a question. Colette, up for the clarification. Did you say that enterprise within the data center grew 2x year on year for the January quarter? And if so, would that make it faster growing than the hyperscalers? And then Jensen, for you, the question, hyperscalers are the biggest purchasers of your solutions, but they buy equipment for both internal and external workloads, external workloads being cloud services that enterprises use. So the question is, can you give us a sense of how that hyperscaler spend splits between that external workload and internal? And as these new AI workloads and applications come up, would you expect enterprises to become a larger part of that consumption mix? And does that impact how you develop your service, your ecosystem? Thank you.
Sure. Thanks for the question regarding our enterprise business. Yes, it grew 2x and very similar to what we were seeing with our large CSPs. Keep in mind, these are both important areas to understand. Working with the CSPs.
Stand by, everybody, on the extra channel. I'm now going to send you over to the main channel. Stand by.
That's also where the enterprises are surfacing. Your enterprises are both with your CSPs as well as in terms of building on their own. They're both.
I'm going to bring you over now to the NVIDIA earnings. Stay where you are.
The CSPs are about half of our business. And the CSPs have internal consumption and external consumption, as you say. And
stand by on extra.
Of course, used for internal consumption. We work very closely with all of them to optimize workloads that are internal to them because they have a large infrastructure of NVIDIA gear that they could take it for AI on the one hand, video processing on the other hand.
Okay, link in the chat. I'm going to end the stream. Come and join me on the main channel for NVIDIA.
We're fungible. And so the useful life of our infrastructure is much better. If the useful life is much longer, then the TCO is also lower. The second part is how do we see the growth of enterprise, or not CSPs, if you will, going forward? And the answer is, I believe long term, it is by far larger. And the reason for that is because and what is not served by the computer industry is largely industrial. So let me give you an example. When we say enterprise, and let's use a car company as an example because they make both soft things and hard things. And so in the case of a car company, the employees would be what we call enterprise. And agentic AI and software planning systems and tools, and we have some really exciting things to share with you guys at GTC. Those agentic systems are for employees, to make employees more productive, to design, to market, to plan, to operate their company. That's agentic AIs. On the other hand, the cars that they manufacture also need AI. They need an AI system that trains the cars, treats this entire giant fleet of cars. And, today, there's a billion cars on the road. Someday, there'll be a billion cars on the road, and every single one of those cars will be, robotic cars. And they'll all be collecting data, and we'll be improving them. Car factory today. In the future, they'll have a car factory and an AI factory. And then inside the car itself is a robotic system. And so, as you can see, there are three computers involved. And there's the computer that helps the people. There's the computer that could be a tractor. It could be a lawnmower. It could be a humanoid robot that's being developed today. It could be a building. It could be a warehouse. These physical systems require new type of AI we call physical AI. They can't just understand the
Apologize for this audio.
inertia,
It's their end, I'm afraid.
object permanence and cause and effect, and all of those type of things that are common sense to you and I, but AIs have to go learn those physical effects. So we call that physical AI. That whole AI to revolutionize the way we work inside companies, that's just starting. This is now the beginning of the agentic AI era, and you hear a lot of people talking about it, and we've got some really great things going on. And then there's the physical AI after that, and then there are robotic systems after that. And so these three computers are all brand new, and my sense is that long-term, this will be by far the larger of them all, which kind of makes sense. The represented by either heavy industries or industrials and companies that are providing for those.
Your next question comes from the line of Aaron Rakers with Wells Fargo. Please go ahead.
I'm curious, as we now approach the 2-year anniversary of really the Hopper inflection that you saw in 2023 in Gen AI in general, and we think about the roadmap you have in front of us, how do you think about the infrastructure that's been deployed from a replacement cycle perspective, and whether, if it's GB300 or if it's the Rubin cycle where we start to see maybe some refresh opportunity? I'm just curious of how you look at that.
I appreciate it. First of all, people are still using volts and pascals and amperes. And the reason for that, because CUDA is so programmable, you could use it right. Well, one of the major use cases right now is data processing and data curation. You find a circumstance that an AI model is not very good at. You present that circumstance to a vision language model. Let's say it's a car. You present that circumstance to a vision language model. The vision language model actually looks at the circumstance and says, "I'm very good at it." You then take that response, the prompt, and you go and prompt an AI model to go find in your whole lake of data other circumstances like that, whatever that circumstance was. And then you use an AI to do domain randomization and generate a whole bunch of other examples. And then from that, you can go train the model. And so you could use the amperes to go and do data processing and data curation and machine learning based search. And then you create the training data set, which you then present to your Hopper systems for training. And so each one of these architectures are they're all CUDA compatible, and so everything runs on everything. But if you have infrastructure in place, then you can put the less intensive workloads onto the
membership is in the chat now.
All of our GPUs are very well employed.
We have time for one more question, and that question comes from Atif Malik with Citi. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you for taking my question. I have a follow-up question on gross margins for Colette. Colette, I understand there are many moving parts, Blackwell yields, NVLink 72, and Ethernet mix. And you kind of tiptoed the earlier question, if April quarter is the bottom, to the mid-70s range that you're giving for the end of the fiscal year. And we still don't know much about tariffs impact to broader semiconductors. So what kind of gives you the confidence in that trajectory in the back half of this year?
Yeah, thanks for the question. Our gross margins, they're quite complex in terms of the material and everything that we put together in a Blackwell system. Tremendous amount of opportunity to look at a lot of different pieces of that on how we can better
Apologize for the bad audio from
on
NVIDIA.
Blackwell that will be able to help us do that. So together, working after we get some of these really strong ramping completed for our customers, we can begin a lot of that work. If not, we're going to probably start as soon as possible if we can. And if we can improve it in the short term, we will also do that. Tariffs, at this point, it's a little bit of an unknown. It's an unknown until we understand further what the U.S. government's plan is, both its timing, its where, and how much. So at this time, we are awaiting. But again, we would, of course, always follow export controls and or tariffs in that manner.
Ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our question and answer session. I'm sorry.
Thank you. No.
And we're gonna open up
I-
to Jensen, and I
wanted to
believe he
thank
has
you.
a couple things.
I just wanted to thank you. Thank you, Colette. The demand for Blackwell is extraordinary. AI is evolving beyond perception and generative AI into reasoning. With reasoning AI, we're observing another scaling law, inference time or test time scaling. The more computation, the more the model thinks, the smarter the answer. Models like OpenAI's Grok 3, DeepSeek R1 are reasoning models that apply inference time scaling. Reasoning models can consume 100 times more compute. Future reasoning models can consume much more compute. DeepSeek R1 has ignited global enthusiasm. It's an excellent innovation, but even more importantly, it has open sourced a world-class reasoning AI model. Nearly every AI developer is applying R1 or chain of thought and reinforcement learning techniques like R1 to scale their model's performance. We now have 3 scaling laws, as I mentioned earlier, driving the demand for AI computing. The traditional scaling laws of AI remains intact. Foundation models are being enhanced with multimodality, and pre-training is still growing. But it's no longer enough. We have 2 additional scaling dimensions. Post-training scaling, where reinforcement learning, fine-tuning, model distillation require orders of magnitude more compute than pre-training alone. Inference time scaling and reasoning, where a single query can demand 100 times more compute. We designed Blackwell for this moment, a single platform that can easily transition from pre-training, post-training, and test time scaling. Blackwell's FP4 transformer engine and NVLink 72 scale-up fabric and new software technologies let Blackwell process reasoning AI models 25 times faster than Hopper. Blackwell in all of its configurations is in full production. Each Grace Blackwell NVLink 72 rack is an engineering marvel. 1.5 million components produced across 350 manufacturing sites by nearly 100,000 factory operators. AI is advancing at light speed. We're at the beginning of reasoning AI and inference time scaling. But we're just at the start of the age of AI. Multimodal AIs, enterprise AI, sovereign AI, and physical AI are right around the corner. We will grow strongly in 2025. Going forward, data centers will dedicate most of CapEx to accelerated computing and AI. Data centers will increasingly become AI factories, and every company will have them, either rented or self-operated. I want to thank all of you for joining us today. Come join us at GTC in a couple of weeks. We're going to be talking about Blackwell Ultra, Rubin, and other new computing, networking, reasoning AI, physical AI products, and a whole bunch more. Thank you.
There we go. Now then, we've got a big event coming up in 44 minutes. We've also got a big announcement to make, and we've got live Q&A to do as well. Plus, new members have joined and all the rest of it. So let me go back to can't hear me. Dear, oh dear. Sorry about that. How long was I talking then? Flipping heck. I like to mute myself to make sure there's no audio leaks. And there you go. I'll say that again. Coming up in a few moments' time, we've got a special interview with Jen Hsun Huang. We've also got a special announcement to make. And now we're going to do live Q&A. You can call into the show. Lots to happen over the next 45 minutes before the Jen Hsun Huang live interview. So all that's coming up. So let me just move our guest Saab up into spot number 8 first of all. So if you want to call in, it's martynlucas.com/live, password LucasAids100. It's in the chat right now, uppercase L, uppercase A, 100. There are only 9 spots. It's first come, first serve if you want to call in and be on the show. So we have a big interview coming up with Jen Hsun Huang in a moment. We also have live Q&A now, and we also have a big announcement to make as well. Now then, if you did become a member tonight, when your badge becomes a 1-month badge, it turns into 1 month. Live on the show, I can upgrade you into a member on Discord so you can get all the free training, scalp training, one-on-one training, all the video training videos with Sensei and Ed Nevius. That's coming once you get 1 month. We're going to upgrade your account on on Discord. Be with me in a live show. And you can, and I'll upgrade you on a show. You can now, as a member, you get all the live streams that you don't normally see. Members-only live streams, members-only chats. You can request an earnings, like tonight. One of my members requested this. You can request a stock review up to an hour-long video. You can ask me to do, there are members-only parties, like next week, my birthday, will be a members-only event. All our Meet the CEOs are members-only. Plus, I'll engage with you on X and Instagram. All the links are below. For some reason, I can't share it in the chat at the moment. I don't know why that is, but these things happen sometimes. Right. If you want to call in, have your say on the show. Before I do that, Sensei designed a limited edition, only 10 available. Here it is. It's our NVIDIA limited edition mug. And I believe if you get this, you might get a review on Sunday's show with Sensei. Let me share with you on the screen. Here it is. I believe we sold a couple throughout the show. So there's probably 8 left now, 10 available. There you go. So if you'd like one of these, this is our NVIDIA AI mug with my logo and Sensei's logo. If you want to get one of those, you can. We have this event happening at the end of tonight's show, a special interview with Jen Hsun Huang. That's coming up live in 40 minutes from now. So we've got that as well. So that's interesting. Let's see what Jen Hsun Huang has to say after the earnings call. That's happening as well. Now, we also have some very sad news we'd like to share with everybody. I've been given permission to share this news, so I'm going to share that now. As you know, we have a dear couple that join us regularly on the show, Jerry and Elba. Unfortunately, Jerry is extremely ill now. He's now in a coma, and it's very, very sad. Jerry and Elba are a lovely couple. They watch everything, and they love this family, and it brings them comfort, it brings them support, and it means the world to them. So what we're going to do in honor of Jerry is every Friday we do a live concert, but this time we're going to be with Jerry at his bedside while he's sleeping peacefully in his coma. Elba is going to take the phone next to him and play the Friday night concert. So on Friday night, will be phoning in just like Saab is, except it'll be full. We'll fill up the screens. We do now on a Friday night. For the first time last Friday, we filled it up, and I'm sure we'll fill it up this Friday. This is the event. If you want to tune in, I will change the thumbnail. I've just made it quickly, so it's called the Love Event in aid of Jerry on Friday. We'll be doing Jerry's requests. You'll be having signs on screen, and we encourage you to call out Jerry's name so he can hear you as he sleeps in his coma. So this is the event. I'm going to give everyone the link. You cannot miss this, can you, really? Jerry's event. Here we go. I'm going to put it in the chat for you now. It's 4 p.m. Central. There we go. There we go. We hope we'll get everybody in. Now, these shows have no ads on them. There's no ads. It's my free concert every Friday. If you want to support me, you do with super chats, but there's no ads on the concert. It's completely provided free of charge, and it will be dedicated to Jerry this Friday. And Elbert will have the phone or whatever, some device next to Jerry, and he'll be able to hear us call out his name, sing his favorite songs, and give him some support and comfort. But he is at the moment in a critical condition in a coma, and this family means everything to him and Elba, and they will really appreciate everyone taking part on Friday. So there we go. That's for Friday. I hope you'll all join us. The link's in the chat. Go there now and click the like button and the reminder, so that way you won't forget. This is what it looks like, 4 p.m. Central Friday. If you click the little bell here, notification and a like, and leave a comment here for Jerry and Elba, then you won't forget. It will remind you of the concert on Friday. Okay, the phone line is open. If you'd like to call in, I'm going to give you the link once again. I'm happy with the call. I think the stock is maturing. It's finding its fundamental value. It didn't pop and go crazy, but I'm okay with it. It's not too expensive either, considering of its potential and growth. I am happy with this. So there is the link. Live phone in, martinlucas.com/live. The password is Lucas8, uppercase L, uppercase A, 100. And you can be on the live call tonight. So, Saab, you can unmute yourself. Oh, I might have muted you. Have I muted you? I might have muted you. How do I unmute? Oh, you muted the guest. There you go. Saab, what do you think about the earnings tonight?
Well, first, let me say about Jerry and Alba. We're here with you. We know how much this means to you guys, and definitely we'll be there on Friday to support Jerry while he's there. So just want to say that.
Yeah. Lovely.
Okay. Look at the earnings are good earnings. There's nothing wrong with those earnings. They were good earnings. I think people are just spoiled now in the market and expect huge gains. Remember NVIDIA back in the day when they weren't doing such great gains, and then all of a sudden they just went up, and now people just expect it to be stupid gains. I think we've got a bit spoiled now with the big tech companies of getting these kind of earnings. People have to remember that NVIDIA is now embedded in technology. It's not like something's going to come and go. It's actually embedded like what Windows was for computers. It's something that's there now. That whether it's what this computer or that computer, Windows is there. And people have to use that technology, and it's something that's what NVIDIA is. And going forward, tech's not going away anywhere soon. We'll remember, look how much money the big tech companies have just spent now this year. Like Google, $75 billion moving forward, and how many billions are going into tech growth. And it's cheap. I think NVIDIA is cheap. Look at the price to earnings ratios. What, 49?
47.
47, and
forward, yeah.
But people are willing to buy Palantir at 700 PE.
Exactly.
But look, I'm not saying Palantir is a bad company. I think it's a great company, but NVIDIA is something that's embedded, and it's gonna be there for a long time to come. And they're just ramping up on so many things. I mean, the market reaction. I think I kind of anticipate the market reaction to be this way, with the market the way it is right now. But I think it's going forward. It's going to be huge. Like I'm still bullish on NVIDIA. I think it's still easily going to be a $200 stock easily.
Yeah, I'm with you on everything you said there. Everything you said. I think the stock has matured. I think it's becoming more fundamentally valuable. It's making more sense. It doesn't trade like a meme anymore. It's just getting to a steady price, and then we'll see it become an Apple, just a steady growth over time. Nice. It's a good night. It's a good night for investors to own the stock.
We want sustainable growth, right? We want good, steady growth. We don't want to be going up and down like a yo-yo. I mean, that's good for traders, but not for people, not for investors. We want sustainable, good growth. Companies worth what it is, and
yeah, it's hard to own it when it pops up too much. It's like I like. Oh, let me just clear away the. In fact, I'll just move you a second, Saab. There's no need for you to be over there. Let me put you there. There you go. I like Palantir, but I can't buy Palantir. It's too expensive. It's not a good investment. It's crazy. NVIDIA, you can buy it. Google, you can buy it and you can own it. Apple, you can buy it. You can own it. You can't own Palantir. So I hope that once people digest the numbers more, but most retail investors don't, they're just buying momentum. But once Wall Street digests it, I think we'll see it pop tomorrow. I might see 135, 140, which would be nice.
I mean, that's easy. That's easy. I mean,
I know that's easy numbers. Yeah.
Yeah. But just what we haven't seen that today at earnings, and we can't expect it on earnings day. To make all your money on earnings day. Usually, stuff goes down on earnings day.
Yeah. Well, when you add to all the volatility, and they mentioned it, they mentioned DeepSeek, they mentioned the tariffs. That's all going to go away. All that tariff stuff's going to go away in a month or two. In a month or two, we're going to forget all about tariffs, and we're going to be past all of that. And it's a good time. I mean, I didn't get my massive dip tonight. I was hoping to buy. Well, I wasn't really hoping. I don't need any more shares. Bloody hell! I mean, what point do you stop? But at the end of the day, if it had gone down to 540 on the S&P VU, I'd have bought it because I know it would come back up again. Because you can get a flash crash on these things and just scoot straight back up again. We didn't. Now I'm just debating whether I'm going to leave that in there, for a 3 o'clock in the morning crash if I'm sleeping, or just cancel that order. I think I might cancel the order because it was in place for momentum due to NVIDIA. At 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning next week from now, it's something else, and I don't want to be buying without knowing why I'm buying. That's not a good idea because situations could change. A week from now, World War III could be declared, and I've just bought a dip. I would have preferred to buy a bigger dip or not at all. So I think I'll cancel the order. It didn't come,
Yeah, I mean, you'd put yourself in a position where if it did go, you were ready. So you can't do anything better than that, really, honestly. And the fact that it didn't go down there, didn't get it, you're still good. You still bought 50 shares this week.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't know how I ever got to that number, but anyway, it just kept going down. If it had stopped, I would have stopped buying, but it didn't, did it? So, there you go. I'm very, very happy. All right. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like anyone wishes to join the party. We were trying to talk to Tamika. She wanted some help. She seemed like she was completely lost. She was buying a few things and didn't know what to do with it. And should I have options? And should I have this? And should I have that? I would have enjoyed a healthy conversation with her, but she was calling in from Alabama. But unfortunately, hopefully she'll call again another day. All right, now then, we're going to end this stream because the live interview with Jetson comes up shortly. Looking forward to that. And then we have tomorrow morning, we are back with the opening bell, and we have two earnings again tomorrow night. We have the earnings for SoundHound, which is an interesting one on this channel, the main channel, and on the extra channel for the very first time, Vaz is going to go live covering earnings. He's covering Archer Aviation tomorrow night, so that'll be nice to watch. I'll be popping in and out of that during the SoundHound earnings. All right, so
NVIDIA just sold their SoundHound.
They did. They sold it. They're no longer investing in it. So SoundHound isn't so hot right now. Not in my book anyway. That was a big feather in its cap that they were investing in it, and they've got rid of it. So yeah, indeed. Right. Let me make sure that we've got this live stream set to go to the interview. Let's have a look. Yes, it is. The link is in the chat. Yes, it is already. Let me give you the extra link just for those who don't see the pin at the top. There we go. There you go. There's that. I think we've covered everything there. The new members that joined, make sure you go and watch the members video. Tells you all the things you get. Members only live streams, members only videos. If you reply to any of my videos now, ask a question, I will reply to every single one of your comments. If you want a fresh reply, do a fresh comment. If you reply to my reply, I don't often see that, but if you do a fresh comment, I will always see it. And we only have members who can comment on the channel now, so we don't have any trolls and bots, stuff like that. I'll reply to all your comments. If you go below in the description, you'll find my Instagram and X, and I will engage with you on that should you wish to. Oh, hello. Who we got? Eric. Eric. Is it Eric on the screen? I don't see you on camera. He's trying to call in, but I think we have a bit of a breakup there. No. We got a few comments, of course, about Jerry. Members here very, very upset about that. Tim Rogers, bless Jerry, my peace be with you. And Elba, yes, indeed. We'll have that concert on Friday. I know everybody will be there. Why did they sell SoundHound? Well, there's a good question. I wouldn't know why. Nebius, is that any idea, Saab?
Well, they're bought into Nebius now, which is like much more conducive to what they want to do. SoundHound, I think they're doing okay by themselves. They gave them a boost up, but they got out of there, put their money in Nebius, another company that's involved with more of the direction that they want to go. So Nebius, but I look at Nebius, and Nebius PE ratio is about 140 something as well. But like it looks like it's gonna go up. I think it's a big investment for NVIDIA.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, you've certainly got to look at it favorably, haven't you? If NVIDIA are buying it, they know more about it than we do. So you've certainly got to have a look at it and go, okay, why are you buying this? What do you see? And then look at it.
But they bought SoundHound and then dropped them. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Very good point. Someone called in and we lost their signal. So I think we'll wrap that up there. So you have the link pinned to the top. I've also put it in the chat. This is the event interview with Jen Hsun Huang live. This comes up in about 20 minutes time, 24 minutes to be precise. There we go. So hopefully you'll join us for that as we broadcast that. It's a good day. NVIDIA. I'm happy with NVIDIA. Thank you very much, Saab, for calling in. I appreciate it, mate. There you go. We'll close the phone lines now, and let's shut that down for a minute. Oops, there we go. NVIDIA, it's a good day. Don't be surprised if tomorrow it's up 140 tomorrow when Wall Street digest these numbers. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I'm happy. I tried to buy a bit more of the S&P. It didn't go low enough, so I didn't. That's absolutely fine. I will cancel that order. In fact, I'll do it right now, as you can see. I'll go in because the situation is different now. If I go into VOO, this is my limit order. Can you see there? Look. Limit order to buy 10. I will cancel that order. If you see there, look, I'll click. Oh, you can't see it. I just click the cancel order. And there you go. The order is cancelled because it was to do with momentum. And momentum isn't there. So there's no need, because tomorrow I could be looking at it in a completely different way because the situation would be different. So there you go. There's my order cancelled, and I am happy with my position of where I am. Okay, great. Well, I hope you all decide to tune in on Friday night for the special concert for Jerry and Elba, one of our dear friends who's now in hospital in serious condition in a coma. I did ask Elba for permission to share the information, and she gave me that. That's why I'm sharing it with you. There's the link in the chat, and hopefully you'll join us for a special evening where Jerry will be able to hear us as we talk to him, send messages to him, sing his favorite songs, and so on and so on. We called it the Love Event. The thumbnail will change. It'll be different than this, but I just wanted to get it out quickly so I could let everyone know the moment Elba had shared that with me. All right. Thank you, Martyn, said Kimberly. You are very, very welcome. Breaking news. Green card gold for $5 million, and you can buy your green card. Yeah, I heard about that. There's one downside to that, Zach say. I haven't got $5 million. I'll just go with the $4,000 and do it the normal way. I've already got my green card. 5 million don't seem to be the way forward for me. All right. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much indeed. We're all done. I'm now going to send you over to the Jetson interview. I'll see you there in about 10 minutes. That's it from me. So, good evening. It was a good evening. We got exactly what we wanted. NVIDIA beat. Its guidance is good. Its growth is good. It's a good business to own. Not to trade, to own. I own it. I own about $25,000 of it through the S&P 500. I'm happy. I'm not selling it. It's a big part, second only to Apple, and I'm very, very happy to own it. I will see you back in a few minutes' time for the Jen Hsun Huang interview. I hope you'll join us for that. Thank you very much indeed. See you back in the morning for the opening bell. Tomorrow night, we're going to be covering SoundHound earnings, and we're going to be covering Archer Aviation on the main channel. So there we go. I forgot to mention, I'll mention it again. If you didn't get yourself one of these mugs, there are just, I think we did 2. Here is the link. It's our AI NVIDIA mugs limited edition. There is the link in the chat. If you want to get yourself one of those, you can. This is our AI NVIDIA mug with our logos on it. There's the link in the chat. That's it for me. The market's just turned a little bit red. That's absolutely fine. I'm not looking to buy a dip now. I'm going to let that all go and wait tomorrow to start again. That's it for me. Thanks ever so much for calling in. I'll see you back in a few minutes for the Jen Hsun Huang interview. Should be a good one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other.